Hey guys, Joe here again from the review crew. I'm joined by
Mike.
Mikey.
and we are very excited to be watching the final episode of season 1 of The Expanse.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
I think there's going to be a lot of questions answered and probably even more questions that won't be answered.
Honestly, probably more questions answered, and then the amount of questions get answered, probably 10 times that unanswered questions is my guess.
We'll see. There's definitely there's going to be a lot of stuff happens. We are going to do a pretty in-depth post-season discussion at the end of this episode.
Make sure you stick around for that at the end. It's going to be probably pretty good. We have at least, 10 things we want to go over before we get this. And if there's anything that you guys want us to answer eventually, let us know.
Please ask your questions. We have 10 good questions of, what these guys really like. Maybe I'll vaguely mention something that I saw that I had not caught the first time around. And
Can you
like,
do
that's
vaguely?
really cool.
I don't know if you're capable of vaguely.
Well, I think the moment I even mention anything, you're going to be like, but why is that?
Spoilers!
So I
Spoilers,
probably
yeah.
won't do that.
I mean, there's no better way to start this episode than to just really jump right into it. So, once again, we do appreciate the entire community, everybody who watches The Expanse watching this. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to us. It does help us a lot, especially on our journey through The Expanse as well as through any other TV show, get us more exposure and whatnot. Everybody who comments, everything like that, I have a lot of fun interaction with all you guys, and Wednesday and Fridays are some of the, good times to help me get through my work week, basically.
Oh yeah.
Aw, how cute is he?
Plus, I send them messages all day of what you guys are saying. So.
Yes, yeah.
But beyond that, I think we should just jump right into this finale and see what happens in it. So let's get it started. Joe can start this one in.
You gotta do it. You gotta do the count.
3.
You're the countdown guy.
2, 1.
Why is everyone gone?
So I have a significant amount of radiation biology in my degree.
The Miller's friends. That's a stretch.
If they did get exposed that hard, they have a day.
We're getting off this rock.
All ships are locked down.
Yeah, well, the Rossi ain't all ships.
And well, even so, they shut down all access to the docks.
Something terrible is happening here, and we're not sticking around to find out what.
Wow, this is
It's the old next shaft. They'll lead us to the docks.
the smartest characters in a TV show. We're not sticking around for this.
For years, I can't even find my way through that
Do we have another person joining the crew as well? With
On every station.
our
Eric's
mentor?
included. Get us into them, and I'll get us through.
OPA.
She just mentioned like something only someone in the OPA would know.
So she finally confirmed it.
Well, we kind of knew that she was part of the OPA at a prior point. We just didn't know if she was still an OPA agent.
Well, Amos gave her that side eye of like, what?
She's also the only belter. Where did the
Uh-oh.
little girl come from?
Uh-oh. Did they help the little girl?
Miller was here, he would.
All right, grab anything that looks like a painkiller, stims, anti-nausea. We're gonna need it. It'll give us time.
Where's the rat away?
All right, we're gonna pop some pills.
You told your crew to take off without you? Dick.
Yeah. It's the fastest way to the docks.
It's my first time on Arrows. Right?
Both their first times on Arrows.
It's his first time anywhere.
Yeah, that I assumed. He's never left, I assumed. Maybe they can't. And they're just dissecting her, probably. Getting as much juice as they can.
You gotta get the goo.
She touched the unknown. And I touched her in return.
He's crazy.
She'll make her father very
He might
proud.
be.
She's gonna save us all.
I've never shot anyone.
Half the system thinks you're some kind of outlaw hero, but you're really kind of clueless, aren't you?
Yeah, he really is clueless, though.
Thank God I got you here.
And this is probably the security coming to check where everything is. Oh. Space Arcade.
What a great battleground.
Think they're gonna make it?
They kill Miller at the end of season 1, I'm gonna actually be upset.
I feel like they have to have the treatment for radiation sickness. Ugh.
Gotta cough up some blood real quick.
Fully armed. All right, the math sucks.
Everything's all half-cocked with you. Grew up in a goddamn pachinko parlor, okay? And sure as shit don't want to die in one. Optimism, inspire optimism. Assholes. You know what's up. You know the game's rigged. It's been rigged from the start. Always has been. You know?
Like that Fallout New Vegas reference.
For sure, I had that same disco ball when I was younger.
Yeah.
Our hands were small enough we used to reach in these machines, grab the chips that got caught in the chute. One day your hand gets too big and you get stuck. Had a hell of a beating out of it. And naturally you evolved into cops. Sammy's idea. He said you want to be an ass.
So him and Semi grew up together on Sirius Station,
Yeah.
and then he left to go to Eros.
But why?
Yeah.
There's no OPA like spray paint anywhere in the background that you've noticed, is there? Also, why was girl's voice?
It's Julie.
Julie, okay.
He's losing it.
Well, he's got acute radiation syndrome, so.
Yeah, but he's been seeing birds. He saw Julie before the radiation.
Oh, I love this game.
Oh shit. Okay. As the chips are pouring out on them.
Also, like how Miller was like, "I'll kill him. It's okay. I got you, Holden."
Well, he saw Holden freeze.
Also, if he shot, it could have killed Miller instead because he's across from him. Please don't tell me they did all that just for the guy to walk in. He's bleeding too from the nose now. Why does Holden seem to be progressing at a slower pace than Miller?
Younger?
No.
Well, Earther versus Belter, perhaps.
Maybe he has a natural resistance or something from flying in chips and the drugs they give him.
And for the last 2 years, every last one of them has found its way to Tycho Station. And Fred Johnson.
Oh?
Christian, you're investigating? Several weeks. I just reviewed the entire report myself.
Is he in it with Julie's dad?
He might be.
We cracked down hard on Sirius and the OPA, and then we exposed the truth and nailed Fred Johnson to it.
He's playing her.
Secretary General's convening in.
He's too slick politician.
There you are.
Oh!
As usual. Admiral, sir. Christian Avasarala, I trust you remember Jules Pierremal.
It's a pleasure to see you again, madame.
A weird tension.
You know.
Shut up. He wants us to go to war so he can take over power, and then they could buy all their stuff from the Maos. And he could make money on this while gaining power.
Don't slow me down.
So he just found some random kid to try to leverage himself to freedom.
I mean, he's still doing a good deed, even though it's selfish.
Do we know who that guy is?
No.
No.
He's some random street guy.
The fact that he's a random street guy, but he has a kid makes Amos a little bit less, attentive.
Over your head, you better say so now.
Shut up, I'm thinking.
What you got there?
OPA symbol.
When they first dug these tunnels, they put markers down so the workers wouldn't get lost. The OPA uses them to mark the route to the docks.
Was she raised with the OPA, maybe?
This way.
Hey. You hear that?
Hear what?
What?
Emergency system. Stopped.
Well, everything must be okay then.
Oh God, that was.
Oh.
Oh, and they're all glowing.
We gotta find out who did this. Let people know.
First the Kent, then the Donager, and now
Surprised they didn't like mercy kill any of them, you know?
Everywhere he goes, it's on fire. Oh?
Oh, are they giving him more energy?
We're going the right way.
Is that basic gravity, basically? Showing them how close to the center of the station they're getting?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Stay back! Don't touch it!
Oh. Did that get on him?
But was it blood or was it creepy residue?
It was residue from the mouth.
Yep.
Which is terrible. He's can have it.
No, I'm good. Let's go.
Amos, do it. No, cop's gonna do it. Somebody's gotta shoot him.
Well, they don't know yet.
They know it spreads by touching, at least our
But
crew
they don't
does.
know that they've infected everyone in the station.
Come on, crew, you're smarter than this. You've made it this far.
Watch 100,000 people die. Like bugs in a dish.
There's 100,000 people on the station. They're probably mostly belters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Earth will claim it was Mars, the Belt will blame the other two.
Hey,
He didn't have to do that.
Does nobody hear gunshots on the station?
These guys gear.
Well, I don't think Holden was intending on killing him.
Holden's judging the fuck out of Miller right now.
Yeah.
Me and Starfield in 2 months.
Holden being like, I got it. You don't need to shoot somebody else.
I'm gonna be James Holden in Starfield. My first playthrough.
A pacifist?
No. I could walk in catastrophe. Oh, they found the family.
She was...
It's a hospital on level 9. Her uncle is a doctor there.
Whatever it is, it's not a sickness. It's something else. We can get you off this station.
This is our home. We'll be safe at the hospital.
There's no safe place here.
We're going with them.
Let us take care of her.
Her place is with her family.
Shukri, be brave. Come with me.
We need to go. Now.
Fuck.
She tried.
Good.
Uncle's a doctor.
I don't think he's seen Space Crystal or people.
The other two guys were like, I mean, we'll go with them.
They're like, fuck this place, we're out.
I don't have health insurance anyways.
There you go. Now he's coughing and puking.
Whoa, hey, hey.
Kenzo!
You're going the right way to the docks, okay? I'm heading that way myself.
The fucking spy again.
Come on, I almost got blasted getting out of that lobby, too.
You were saying something about help.
All the ships are on lockdown, but I can backdoor those codes. You know I can. When we help each other.
He seems so done with him.
Well, I mean, he tried
I
to
know.
murder him.
Usually he's like, don't kill though.
Say something. Your life depends on it.
Because you believe in mercy. Because you know that sometimes a man is pushed so far that he does things that he doesn't recognize.
That way.
I have a family.
A wife. And little kids. A goldfish. You tell me about them the next time I see you.
You can't leave me here. You've seen what's happening. This is a death sentence.
Yeah.
Holden?
Out of bullets.
A giant elevator shaft?
Pod transport shaft, probably.
You need to go to Luna.
Oh, stay safe.
Take the little ones.
He knows they're kind of doing stuff.
Frank knew those drivers.
He knows there's a conspiracy.
He didn't commit suicide. So long as I play a familiar role. The stubborn old woman. Eyes locked on yesterday's cage.
He
So
knows.
she's admitting she knows, Mikey.
She learned now after like all that stuff.
I think you could tell in the moment that she went into the character of like playing into what they were saying.
Yeah. I feel like she took all of her data and like evidence she got, especially last episode,
Well, and most importantly, like her gut instinct, I think.
and what,
you know.
and what he said compared to what she found. I mean, we know she's no dummy.
Yeah, facts.
Where's that scruffy guy?
He's gone.
Oh, he
Might have been infected.
did shoot him.
We're better off.
What did you do?
We're better off.
Amos knows.
Well, Amos is right next to him.
You mean we don't leave? This is where we told to be. Your rendezvous point has changed.
What if they're gonna kill the CPM Murphs too?
Possible anxiety, skin rash,
Hallucinations.
death.
How the hell did you guys get your hands on a Martian gunship?
Legitimate salvage.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Let's get the
Legitimate salvage.
Point me to a console so I can override the clamps.
We're not leaving yet.
What?
You heard me.
Hey, these mercs, they locked down all these ships so that no one could leave. All right, they got cameras on all the docks. They could be here any minute. We gotta push off.
I promised Holden 3 hours. He still has time.
He's right.
Amos. Whoa.
We owe Holden.
I don't need to a goddamn thing.
Oh, how's Amos gonna like that?
Shooting me is not going to get you out of here.
Get me access to the console so that I can unlock the clamps.
Whoa. Settle down.
You stand by to drive us out of here.
Alex, you don't do it.
Amos, fire up those consoles.
Oh!
Damn.
You don't think I'll shoot you?
It was Amos.
Just fucking murdered him.
Got a better angle.
Good doggo.
You say wait, so we wait, boss.
That's fucking loyalty.
Never let him know your next move, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I got the consoles, no problem.
Bang!
A grim reminder to Naomi and Alex that Amos is a straight killer. You know?
Just straight like.
There's some real bullshit.
Ugh.
Now hold this line, big man. You already moved most of your people. Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna fight each other for him.
These Earthers ain't gonna let us out, man.
Miller.
They're gonna let us out. We just been for the machine. Like all them other belters back there, yeah?
That's the guy from. Isn't that the guy that killed? That's the guy with his partner.
Havelock.
That's the guy that put up Havelock, and he noticed it too, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yo! Miller's
As
pulling
he
the rope.
grabbed someone to use of his body shields.
Oh.
Yo, I like Miller more after that.
Yeah,
fucking...
he's a great character.
They did say that the Grigas were moving, and that guy was a Griga. He wasn't even looking.
Dude, he's Miller.
Is he getting? Is that a forklift?
Is he forklift certified?
I was about to say that. You bastard. We're about to find out how forklift certified they are. They're just shooting everybody, aren't they?
They are.
You gotta go to the ship.
He's gonna get revenge for his partner now, is he? Or that guy's about to be like, I got you. Oh, it's the Martian dude.
Oh, is he gonna take him with him?
Yeah. No, he's gonna get shot running probably. Oh!
Come on, man, you can make it.
He did. He did
I
get
love
revenge
that.
for Havelock. That's nice of him.
This is extra bounty points for Miller right there.
It's also Miller being like, I can do this to you anytime I want. Remember that.
It's like, we got time for me to execute this guy.
Jeez! He's like, the guy acknowledged him too. He's like, they knew each other. Jeez.
Well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of
Yeah.
vibe, you know?
Until
Until he shoots you point blank in the face.
Could you ever leave a place like Earth?
Belters and Mars just want to be on Earth.
My love was dying.
Damn. Just pop it open. He falls in.
Kick your feet up. Hang on.
We made it.
Is the airlock attached to their ship?
This man needs therapy.
What? You guys look like shit.
He's carried both of them. Let's go.
They're like right at the edge.
Right where I like to be.
The machine keeps trying to switch to hospice.
Is this Timothy down there?
Yes. I shot him.
Knew I was right about you.
Why do I feel like they're gonna have something by the end of this?
A good friendship.
Amos is gonna go crazy over it.
These clamps ain't shit.
To hell with this gas hollow bullshit.
I say, can't they just break away from their shell? And they did. Blow a hole. Depressurize everything.
Kill everybody.
They're all dead already. Doesn't matter anymore.
They really need to nuke the station.
I think we just gotta fix on the bad guys.
Alex, it's time to find out what a gunship does, I think.
Ooh, holding hands.
I don't think they're gonna have a romantic relationship. I think they're just gonna be good friends.
I think that they're developing something romantic. And Amos is gonna like it.
Let's see this death sentence.
Death sentence?
He said if they left him there, it was like a death sentence.
Yeah.
I hope it's really unceremonious where he just gets doinked.
No, he finds the thing.
Uh-oh.
Through his eyes, we get to experience what's going on. God, hopefully he doesn't become like the controller of it. For some like sure luck.
Well, he's definitely infected now.
Not airborne. What the fuck? It's a proto-molecule, so maybe it just went inside of him. Whoa. Fuck.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
That's the fucking...
Hey, there's no need to yell, okay?
Yes, there is.
They need to nuke.
Aren't you happy at how many questions you just had answered?
I had none of them answered.
I know! Isn't it great?
Alright, so we had 0 questions answered that entire episode. And just a giant cliff we just jumped off with. And it's like almost like we jumped off the cliff and then right when we jumped off, everything stopped.
What the fuck was that? Does that mean,
It
Mikey?
means when you jumped, everything paused. So like we have that plummet still.
Oh, so you're having that realization that you're still falling.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, like you haven't hit the water yet.
Yeah, they haven't hit the water, and we're not going to hit the water until we find out what's going on. So we could be falling for a while. So, I mean, I really didn't have many notes on that episode because it went so fast. So we got a little bit Naomi OPA background. So, also, Miller and Holden are both suffering from radiation
On the
poisoning.
brink of death presently, yes.
So, oopsies, I was wrong. They do have it.
Yeah, you were big wrong.
Yes, we learned the name of Julie's dad.
We knew that, Jules Pierre.
Jules Pierre Mao.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we knew that?
Yeah,
We
like
learned it again.
episode 1.
Jules
like
Pierre
when Miller
Mao.
first gets like the
It's a cat name.
Jules Pierre Meow.
Meow. But we learned that him and the undersecretary are up to some shady business where they seem to be trying to do a takeover of.
We don't know what takeover
potentially.
yet.
We don't know what they're taking over, but they want to take something over by causing a war. Maybe they're going to make more money. Who knows?
What? I feel like the dude's a trillionaire. The other dude is the undersecretary of Earth. The only thing like they do have to attain is like a dictatorship.
They just want more money, man.
But like, does that? What do you mean more money? He could buy everything. He bought a fleet of stealth ships. I don't think he wants more money. It's like what?
Yeah.
What else could he do?
More. He wants to buy a planet.
He wants power. That's the only thing left.
He wants to buy a planet.
Okay.
There's
and,
no
and what is the avenue of which he's seeking that power through?
Creating a proto-molecule which can be used as a terroristic weapon.
He's trying to
and
become
threaten
God.
any type of PlayStation. He's trying to become God?
That's the only thing, I don't know.
No, he's just...
I don't know.
Well, whatever his
He's a super weapon.
end game, he's trying to utilize whatever the proto-molecule is.
100%.
He has like a...
Like they're literally
weapon.
starting a war to cover up their science experiment.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm still trying to figure out the motive, because, like, the only step up is literally just ruling all of the galaxy.
That's what he's trying to do.
But, like, that's, like, what?
Yeah.
Well, they haven't really revealed anything about the proto-molecule at all. Like, we know nothing.
Is it the step to godhood? Who knows?
Is it, you know...
It does not look like it.
Where did it come from? Like,
I mean, that's going to be...
Aside from Phoebe Station, you know?
Yeah. It's true.
Or what is it even? Clearly, we got that last 2 seconds.
It's just Julie Mao.
It's also crazy that there was 100,000 people on Eero Station, and basically 99.99% of them dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 100,000 people dead to feed this thing. How big is it going to be? Including the mercs. Also, amazing revenge kill.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hey you, come this way. He's like, yeah.
I like how they like the first couple episodes. It's like, oh yeah, Miller's just a dude. He's like pretty good at fighting.
He was
and
a
then
dude.
For like the past 2 episodes, he's like, I am a kung fu master.
Just,
I am a sharpshooter. I am just amazing. I'm Spec Ops baby.
Master.
He
It choked out one guy.
Close quarters combat.
He went from a crouch to grabbing the dude and putting him in a submission hold.
Well, because that guy wasn't looking at him. He was looking at Holden.
It's still a rough maneuver.
Yeah,
Also,
I mean, he's a rough, gritty dude. I think really what you're seeing is more the energy of like I'm just tired of this bullshit. That's why he's like he like literally Holden's like, hey, and he's like, yo, let's not waste time, and he just shoots and kills both of them. Like he's like, shut up. Like,
but he's got all these skills, and I don't think it's explained that well where he got all of those skills.
He grew up on them streets, bro.
Yeah, the street kid.
Like literally, that's his backstory.
And that was his best friend.
I grew up in a pachinko parlor.
The only
I'm not
thing he
die
told us
here.
of his childhood is he grew up there and he used to stick his hand up there to eat, and then one day his hand got too big.
So he became a
He got beat up.
We saw Kenzo. We finally had Kenzo killed.
I was so happy. What a dislikable character.
It was more just tying up that loose end, I feel like.
Yeah, he was eaten, absorbed into the proto-molecule mass, whatever. Finally, we have... What is Thoth? Thoth? The scientist.
Isn't Thoth the god of the dead in the Egypt pantheon?
Thoth.
I thought that was Anubis.
No, Anubis is the.
I've noticed they've been using a lot of.
I think Thoth. I could be wrong. I think Osiris is underworld. Anubis.
It's the god of the moon.
The
Sacred
moon?
text. What if that makes this a moon base that they have?
The moon base.
Well, so another important thing we saw is Avasarala is privy to the collusion between Jules Pierre Mao and the Undersecretary.
Exactly. Now,
and that it's like, you know, she knows what's going on now, or has a better idea of who's involved. She has no idea why they're doing it. She just knows who's actually pulling the strings.
I really wonder why there's so many. Because this is the second or third or fourth relation to an Egyptian god in the story. Because the sky.
Oh yeah, Anubis is the ship.
I think
name.
is Scopuli related to a god of
Scorpion.
I don't know. But does this mean, you know, because Anubis is the god of the dead, and they found the proto weapon molecule on there that started all this, you know, on Anubis. Phoebe Station, which is Phoebe is a Greek god? Sorry, that one I don't know. That's another god.
No.
Phoebe?
No.
Am I just going in the deep end right here?
Yeah,
you've been going in the deep end for 2 episodes.
Yeah, you
now.
have been. So, any other comments like about Amos or you know, Naomi and Holden?
Phoebus is a Greek god.
That's Phobos.
Phobos, whatever. That's a Greek god.
Phobos and Phoebe are different.
It's two different things. It's another.
Oh
one.
my god! All right.
Anyway,
I really think it's related to stuff. Well, the fact that all these things are named after.
I mean, it could just be like a fun thing the writer enjoyed doing. You know, more than it necessarily having a lot of meaning.
Joe's misleading you. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, it's a
false flag. It's a false... Anyways, so we could go over the end of season discussions. Is there anything else?
I think we could do end of the season discussion.
Okay,
right
well,
now.
we'll start with your question you wrote down here. Do you guys think Naomi and Holden are going to be a thing?
No.
Hold my hand.
No.
They just have these really, really elongated
I think they're just going to be
scenes
really
together.
close. I don't think
Like
that they
more
have
a
to.
family kind of thing.
Right,
is
I don't-
Possible,
Right.
but
I mean, there's enough shared trauma that you do get family bonds.
they just
from
have these scenes so often where they're kind of like staring at each other, saying not too many words. It's just them.
That's just good partnership.
But we don't have that with Amos and her and Alex and her.
Yeah, I also like Alex how he like lacks any confidence, and then he's like pets it. He talks to himself, and he's like, "Okay, you got this. You're a pilot,
Also-
and you're in a battleship.
Yeah,
you got
I
it."
haven't been
You
given
know,
much
like
screen
he
time
constantly
Since we're
does
talking
that, which
about
I like.
bonds, Alex doesn't really have a bond to anyone in particular.
No, he doesn't.
There's a little bit when we go to the cafe scene on Fred Johnson's station, I think it was.
With Amos.
Yeah, where they're like talking. But I mean, Amos and Naomi are tight. They have like a loyalty to each other. Naomi and Holden are growing like a big respectful bond. But Alex is just kind of like, I'm the pilot.
Yeah, he's been kind of got maybe a little bit sidelined for screen time, or maybe he gets more in the future. But like these last few episodes, he's been a little sidelined for what's going on. It hasn't really.
Well, I
directly
think they were
involved him.
more so, especially like here. You know, we were feeling a rift between Amos and Naomi, and then that rift is no longer there because
that was.
he was like, I mean,
Well, we
like,
mentioned
what
it.
you actually thought I was gonna let this guy tell me what to do?
We mentioned it. At one point. We were like, oh,
Only
no.
you. Only you.
We said a bunch of times. We were like, oh no, he doesn't listen to her. This, that, and we thought almost, he was kind of getting independent. No, he was just repositioning himself because if he drove his gun,
So there was no crossfire.
yeah. And so the guy also didn't see him lift his gun.
He's a good bulldog.
So he's a good dog. He's a good guard dog. He's a good guard dog on that said. But
So Mikey, you're in team Naomi Holden forever.
He's shipping them.
And,
He's shipping them.
Mike is in the camp of BFFs.
BFFs forever.
Okay, all right.
Got a little heart, right?
And I think Holden's too good for Naomi, anyways.
Wow.
What?
So I think this is a good part. Say end the episode 10 discussion before we get into the season 1 discussion. Any thoughts or predictions for next season that you have?
I mean, I have a lot.
No, not you.
I think there might be some tension.
There could be some tension. I think we're gonna
Definitely
see
some cliffhangers.
Maybe some cliffhangers.
Definitely gonna have some episodes end, and you won't want to press pause.
I feel like there's gonna be some like Earth-Mars belt conflict and tensions, more specifically.
I feel like we're gonna maybe get some background into Miller.
Space battles.
Space battles. Ooh, yeah. Miller background
space
story.
shop? No shot.
To why he's so into children in the sense of anytime he sees a child.
Phrasing.
Yeah, phrasing. Anytime he's
protective of children.
Yes, into protecting the welfare of children and whatnot. Did he have a child he lost? Did maybe he interact? Maybe the reason why he's obsessed with Julie. Maybe he interacted with her as a child while she was on the station because that was her father's station.
Miller's like 40, and Julie looks like she's at like most 20.
What do you think I'm saying? I'm saying that maybe there was this incident, and him as a police officer, he had to interact with her when they were younger, and that's why he's so onto this case as well.
I don't think so, because it sounded like she only just got there, like within the past couple of years.
I don't know.
So you want to start with the questions?
We can start with the post discussion.
I got a good one right now that I would like to ask since it's similar. So what do you guys want to see more of going into season 2?
Miller going crazy.
Space battles.
No, but I mean like what of the overall lore, or story do you want to see more of that we didn't see a whole
More
lot of in
Belter
this
stations.
season?
Proto-molecule.
Okay, proto-molecule, more Belters.
Not Belters, the Belter stations, because we've only seen 3.
We haven't seen a lot.
But it seems
it's
like there's
really
a lot.
only been Belter in this season.
Yeah, we
haven't really seen much. Avasarala gives us like a little bit
Right.
of Earth. We've seen nothing of Mars after episode 4.
Did we even see anything of Mars before that?
Just the Donager and
nothing
Lopez
the planet.
and stuff. Yeah, no.
Can I picture Mike?
Don't tell me what to do.
So anything else you'd like to see more of?
I'd like to see some more maybe background information too on Jules Pierre Meow.
Meow.
You guys,
Mr. Meow.
and what he's interested in doing, whatnot. I mean,
Okay.
it's pretty obvious.
What his motivations are.
He's an evil billionaire, blah, blah, blah. But, like, what does he want as an evil billionaire?
Evil trillionaire.
I think he's a billionaire, but we'll find out.
$1 gazillion.
Okay, so that wraps up this question. We'll go with, what is your favorite moment of season 1?
You could start. You have one in mind?
My favorite moment of season 1 would probably be... Fuck.
When they're grabbing, zero grab fucking?
Zero grab fucking?
That was episode 1, like, literally scene 1.
I think my episode 1, the ending of episode 1 was my favorite moment because it hooked me. Just the fact that we were like, oh no, how's the crew gonna avoid these missiles? And we're like, oh, the missiles weren't going for them. The missiles weren't going for them. Whoa, no. And then it's like, okay, we see what happens, and all this stuff that happened as a result of just them deciding to check out an SOS, and they erased the SOS from the logs. And it's like deleting a file on your computer, and it's in the recycling bin. And somebody's like, "Hey, what's this? Let me restore this." It's like somebody should just purge those logs a little bit better, and they'd all be alive.
So I have to go with my favorite moment is in the middle of the season when Sirius Station starts like rioting, and that's when Miller's partner gets impaled with the spike. I think that was like a great moment just because it like exploded the tension and early enough that like set the scene for the rest of the season and what seems like the rest of the show, because it was like build up. It was like, here's the background for everything, and then it was like, we're going live, and then everything went on. But for like a theme that I'm really enjoying through the season, everyone's crazy in space, because the guy on the ice ship, he had plants and was like standing barefoot in soil on an ice freighter in space.
The captain had the cats.
The captain had the cats. Miller straight up just seeing birds, and Julie Mao. Like, Belters are actually losing their mind. And Earthers in space are also... Like, everyone's losing their mind in space. It's crazy.
My favorite moment's episode 4, just because I like the amount of twists. You also have the medic... what's his name?
Oh, when he gets his head blown off?
Yeah, but more importantly, I really like how it's like, this is the Mars flagship, blah, 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 like, it's gonna be cake, and then it's like, oh, crap, and then there's, like, more and more twists there.
And at that moment, we thought Mars was involved, responsible for it.
Yeah, I think that was another reason I liked it so much, is because it's just like, theory, wrong, really wrong, I don't even know where you thought of that from. Next question is your favorite surprise / twist.
My favorite.
It was a completely different fourth party that may or may not be a shadow part of Earth behind the ships. That it wasn't, even though now it sounds like those fusion drives went to Tycho Station with Fred Johnson, who is OPA. So it's corporate-backed American.
Sarala knows the truth and says that she doesn't believe that. So we don't know, but it's the belt. No, it's Mars. Now it's the belt again. Or maybe it was Mars, and now it's the belt.
And I was wrong. It wasn't the Mormons. Or siphoning off of the Mormons.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the next question first. So, favorite surprise, twist, whatever.
My favorite surprise twist was probably the Fred Johnson one, honestly, that he was the UN commander involved with the destruction of that station.
Oh, when he blew up the station.
Because you kind of get like some keyed information about Fred Johnson and this and that, and then at the end of the episode, it's just like Fred Johnson, commander of the UN. Just like, you're like, how does one go from UN relation to OPA relation like that? What causes them to be
I think it might have been that event.
Exactly.
My favorite surprise, hands down, is Miller appearing last second to save the day in like the crappy hotel.
He's like, "What are you guys doing?"
Like, boom, boom, and everyone's dead.
Was that Anderson Station too? By the way, that blew up.
Yes,
that's what it is. Is it Anderson Dawes named after that station?
I have no idea.
Anyways,
next question is worst theory. I'm going to put out there the Mormons being the mysterious false flag.
No.
Fourth
It wasn't the
faction.
Mormons. It was the OPA siphoning off from the Mormons.
Yeah, we thought the OPA was siphoning from the Mormons. That
Someone
might have been
definitely questioned.
He might have said Mormons.
The Mormons being
I was definitely
that's
aboard that
definitely
train.
my. What was your
It's
worst theory?
It's always the Mormons.
It was between that versus, I think my worst theory was me believing that Naomi was the false flag person trying to cause a war by blowing up this ship.
Like a mole.
A mole.
Okay.
I thought that was my worst theory because when I said it, I was like, yeah, Naomi's a mole. False flag operation OPA. This totally makes sense. And then I'm like, wait, she totally didn't want to go to the ship. And she was so against it, getting the logs and going to rescue the ship. That makes no sense because she would have been like, let's have a conscience if she really cared. But she actually didn't want to. She was trying to stay as low profile as possible to avoid being dragged into this.
What do you think your worst theory was?
Mine was the Mormon one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, that was absolutely the worst.
That was definitely the worst one. Best theory. I'm gonna nominate you, Mikey, as mine for your false flag call out. It wasn't dead on the money, but the first part of it being a false flag thing was good. And you guessed that early.
That was the second episode.
I was gonna say I thought it was episode 3, but I would believe you if you said
second episode. Before we even started the episode.
Yeah, you were like immediately. It's a false flag.
It was as soon as we started the episode, and we were like 3, 2, 1, and then like the intro was starting, and I think I remember sitting there looking at you and being like, "What if it's a false flag attack?" And you were like, "That's the exact face you made." You were like, "What? It can't be." And then we got to the part, and I'm like,
"Do you have a best theory you felt Panda had, perhaps?"
I don't know if it was best he had, but in general, the Lionel Plansky equals Jolie Mal was a good one.
Okay.
I don't know. I know that might be a little obvious, but it was also one of the ones that as soon as Lionel Plansky, the name popped up as a contact on the station, we were like, that's Julie.
I was like, that's not a real name.
We like that Lionel.
That's a code name.
That's the code name. That's Julie.
That's 100% code name.
And do you have a best theory that you feel you did really good at guessing, or Mikey did, other than the false flag thing? Obviously.
No. I don't remember.
Okay, fair enough. Bang. Favorite character.
To be fair, I think me and Mikey both put out about 50 different
Mikey definitely doubled.
Bro,
you.
the best.
Okay? Yeah. You say it and stick with it, and he's like, no, it's the Mormons. Actually, no, it's definitely a false flag from the belt, but it might be backed by Mars.
But what if it's the Dolphins?
Yeah, it's definitely that energy. So, we'll start with you, Mike. Favorite character?
Oh, fuck. Well, it was Shed, and then he died.
I mean, he can still be your
favorite. And then I liked
character.
Havelock, and then he fell off. I mean, it's obviously Miller.
Yeah, okay, fair.
But, special mention, Amos. I really like Amos because he's just he's presented as a simple character with undying loyalty towards Naomi, and he still has like rough edges that make him great with everybody, but he stays in line, and you can tell that there's some depth behind him, even though he's presented as a bulldog.
Mine was Alex at first until it felt like they kind of sidelined him a little bit for this. So it went from being Alex to Holden at a certain point because he at first he was like, I can't be the XO, I can't do this, that, and then he stepped up in a massive way, and then with the Martians, he stepped up even further to say, hey, it's not me that's getting off this, it's me and my crew. I'm not leaving them behind. They are also witnesses and survivors of the same incident as me. Mm-hmm. And then he went even further with Fred Johnson to be like, hey, we're all witnesses, we're all in this together, and now he's went to the point to say, hey, if I'm not there in 3 hours, leave without me.
Yeah. No, he's definitely a noble character.
I'm going to say my favorite is Amos, actually rewatching it, because I think I've really enjoyed watching the actions he's taking. Like the back against the wall stuff, and like really just the acting in the way like he acts. Not even, because he's not a big talker, but you can really see like, even though he is a bulldog, like he's cold and calculated. Like he's not,
smarter than he's being presented.
Yes,
as.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I've really been catching that this watch versus the first time. And my shout out would be Shed, because I love even more I think my favorite thing about Shed that I also realized this time is right before he dies, he's still doing exactly what he was supposed to do, and he's trying to calm Alex down because Alex is having a panic attack. And he literally dies in the middle of saying everything's going to be okay.
Now I wonder what it would be like if the player who was playing Shed's character in the tabletop game never quit. The reason why they ran him off and killed him was because the person who was playing it.
Well, we wouldn't have Game of Thrones, so.
Least favorite character.
Least favorite character.
And make it spicy.
I will make
Spy
it spicy.
Man.
I'm not gonna say Kenzo. It turns out Kenzo actually, from the comments I learned, Kenzo, the guy who plays him, was auditioned for the role of Amos, and was second to get Amos's role actually. Except Amos got Amos's role, the actor. So they gave him a role they made for him.
Amos is definitely well cast.
Yes.
But that guy would have been Amos if Amos wasn't Amos.
I still hate his character.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. So I don't know if I hate his character because I feel like he played it pretty well. If there was a character that I was like, wow, this character I don't like, or why is this character in this? I don't know if I could think of one for this show. I mean, at first I didn't really like the undersecretary, but he's playing a bigger role than I thought.
I mean,
maybe the head of the detective is.
Oh, okay. Let's make it spicier than that. Which of the main characters is your least favorite? Okay, go ahead. While he reconsiders.
I'm going with Naomi, and it's not because of who she is. I'm going with the way she's written in this first season. So Naomi, obviously, she is a smart woman. She has a good backstory, like all of that set up. But her dialogue and her character in current day is a little wishy-washy because she has ideals and things that she cares about, but she's also in flux during the season, so she's not holding firm to them. She's a little bit lost, and like you see in this episode where she's like, we're not fucking leaving, we're waiting the 3 hours, which is like her backbone showing through. But then throughout the season she's been like willing to cede to Holden, willing to cede to Amos, and it's just her character is not in a good spot for this season. But I'm looking forward to next season, hoping that her character gains that like
we will absolutely
firmness that's missing.
Get to know and love the characters given time, like they all get.
No, like I think Naomi is a great character. I just don't like her in this because she just seems weak, which is not how she should be. Like her character is set up for greatness, and then it just isn't. That's not showing in this season.
I really can't think of a character.
I'm not a huge Naomi fan, but I'm actually going to say my least favorite for this season, because I forgot, is Julie Mao. Sorry, hot take.
You don't like Julie Mao?
It has nothing to do with that. It's just constantly like there's so many references and flashbacks to like the same scene over and over again. I'm like, yeah, okay, I remember this. So you know how many times did we see her in the Scapulae? Like, oh my god,
it wasn't the Scapulae, it was the Anubis.
Well, both. Okay, sorry. I don't know. I like her actual character. I just there's just a lot of Julie Mao stuff.
Worst character for me.
She's a well-written MacGuffin, though.
The bird.
I do, because she's daddy's money, but she refuses.
No. Yeah. Like MacGuffin, like the object that is the reason for the whole adventure.
Oh, okay.
Like they did a really good job of making her a MacGuffin, but yeah, I kind of understand where you could be annoyed by that.
Yeah, more annoyed. I do like her actual character and everything. I just like all of that was really annoying.
I guess I'll say the character I didn't like in this season, the Martian commander, Admiral.
Oh,
the one that was on the Donager.
Lopez?
No, not Lopez. Lopez.
I said main character. She was on the show for like an episode and a half.
I can't think of a main character I don't like. Sorry.
Unbelievable.
I like them all. Maybe Havelock.
Well, you're not getting it. That's okay. All right, Mikey likes everybody.
I like everybody. I can't think. Next one.
Okay, who will be missed the most?
Who will be missed the most?
Shed.
No.
I'm gonna miss him the most.
He's been like 4 episodes.
And I will miss him the most.
He wasn't even half the season.
I will miss
that's
him.
a valid answer. Fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I liked his character a lot. It kind of bummed me out that he doesn't make it.
I hope we see more of Havelock because the way that they dropped him was kind of awful.
Eh.
But I'm not gonna miss him if I never see him again.
I like Lopez.
Lopez,
actually, the reason I also
that's
like
my
Lopez
answer.
is like, even though again it's by the start of episode 5, like he's dead.
Yeah.
But he's still, even in episode 9, it's relevant because Fred Johnson's like recovering the info that he had saved. Not to mention that the only reason they have the Rocinante is Lopez. Because Lopez wasn't like, oh, here, I give you access. It's like, everyone on board has full access to the ship. You know, he's like,
They should have
he does anything necessary to try to ensure their survival.
They should have named it the Lopez, just literally the Lopez.
The Lopez and Anante?
The Rosa Lopez.
The Rossi.
The Rossi.
Anyways,
Lopez.
so I'm going Lopez. And Mikey.
Lopez.
Okay.
Easy. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I also liked how he was like this big evil Martian interrogator initially.
That takes space Adderall.
This guy's like dope.
Space Adderall.
Space drugs.
Okay.
Drugs.
Favorite faction?
Mars. Because they're literally the red herrings.
OPA. OPA.
Mine is Mars also, because I like the whole, like, they're a united front and they're all trying to work together. And I just really like their whole story.
But
stay out of my belt.
I also think they're literally the red herring of the story in the beginning. They're supposed to be like,
yes, they were the big bad guy originally. Yeah.
And then you're like, they're not bad.
All right. Final question. Favorite monologue of this season, because we hear love monologues. There weren't many to pick from.
We do love monologues.
We love monologues.
I'm going to say we got one legitimate one from
Anderson Dawes, baby.
Anderson Dawes, Fred Johnson, Holden, and Miller kind of has one in there.
I feel like we're forgetting one.
Might be.
From like a secondary, like either...
Raja?
Forgetting everyone's name at this exact moment.
Avasarala might have one.
Probably look up the stars.
She had one. I feel like Amos might have had one.
Amos didn't have one.
Nah, no way.
You don't think so?
Amos is a man of few words, bro.
But I will start off with my favorite monologue being, wow, I just forgot. I just thought of it. It's like, yeah, no, I definitely like that.
What do they say?
No one's got memory.
All right, someone go.
I like the Dawes one because he's like, they don't even think of us like type.
Yes, yeah, as like equals. That one is really good. I did really like that one.
That one is my favorite. I feel like they're all pretty good options, but his is just, because at first we thought they were bad guys.
I remembered.
But going back into it, when they're not bad guys anymore, looking back, and, just seeing that they were false flagged, it's just like, okay, he really did just want his people to be given equal access to the air and the water and everything.
He's for the people.
He actually cares, okay?
Mine is because I really appreciated it this time around. I mean, I appreciated a lot of them, like Anderson Dawes and one of the things Officer Sorrello said. But I really liked when Miller interrogated, when he's trying to find Julie, and he interrogates the guy that like briefly like had a fling with her, and he was on the ship. Because throughout that little monologue and talking, I think that was the turning point when you realize like Miller really cares about her, and not only really cares about her, but is realizing that she isn't someone who just needed to be saved, but she was someone who like was really everything she appeared to be. Like she really cared. She considered herself a belter. Like, she was, more for the cause than the people in the OPA were, and I really like that because then at the end, like, you see how tragic it was that the OPA didn't give a fuck about her.
They left her to die.
They left her to die, like,
he had more pressing matters, and he didn't know what was going on to her.
So I was just trying to refresh my memory about the Dawes monologue, and one of the top Reddit comments, of course, was might be relevant for foreshadowing for our question of like, oh, well, why does Mr. Mao, like, what's his end game? Dawes goes, Earthers get to walk outside into the light, breathe pure air, look up at a blue sky, and see something that gives them hope. And what do? They look past that light, past that blue sky, they see the stars, and they think, mine.
That's
Yeah,
Dawes,
that
right?
is-
That was
yeah.
Dawes.
That was Dawes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
is
Dawes
excellent.
has like the best one, and that might be foreshadowing for what the Mr. Mao's motive is.
Mr. Meows.
Yeah.
Meow.
No, it's such a cat name though. Jules Pierre.
Jules Pierre.
Meow.
And then any other
No, I think that's a good spot.
questions? I think
We're good with that.
I think we really enjoyed it. The only weird thing, and now that we finished this season, I just wanted to bring up the last thing of like some people in the comments, it's a little I don't know if we liked it or not, but it's okay, is people saying episode 4 of season 2 is the actual like end of the book. But now you see why they said that.
They said
because
5.
It just immediately, it's like,
Cliffhanger.
no answers. Just tune in. And I can't imagine if this just aired. And I was like, what?
I don't think it would have
What?
changed.
What
my
does it
reaction.
mean?
I would have felt unsatisfied if we could just skip to the next episode and press play.
I
Yeah.
agree. I don't think knowing that the book ends next season like ruined it for me. My ending.
Well, I was just saying
Yeah.
now, seeing how season 1 ends, it's like, yeah, no, that
makes
checks
sense.
out. That makes
It checks
more
out.
sense.
Because if it ended like that, I would have been like, I would have been like, okay, I know this is a book, but there's no way that it's a season per book. Because Kenzo's not in the book, so that wouldn't have been how it ended.
So, yeah. Thank you very much for joining us on our beginning to this journey. I mean, I think we're making pretty good progress.
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
I think we're doing pretty good at progress too. We're down through the first season of The Expanse,
And that is all due to you guys watching.
Yeah, you guys
and,
really-
Thank you.
and giving so much good feedback and support and making sure, we feel like this is something we have to watch.
and helping us with, anything from sound to other things. It just really is
The
very
feedback
helpful,
helps.
especially as a
Yeah.
new channel. The feedback helps, so we do appreciate all the feedback you give, especially because almost like all of it, like 9 out of 10 of the feedback I get is in a way phrased that is not an attack on us, but just really wanting
It's
to help
very
get us
nice.
better in the channel, which is nice to see from the internet, especially from the Expanse
Yeah,
community.
general positivity.
Yeah, general
Yeah.
positivity.
And a lot of background info of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like he'll ask random questions of like, but why is that? And then someone in the comments is like, oh, well,
Why
let
are
me
the
tell
drugs
you.
milky?
So many of the channels like, well, this is this.
Yeah, why is it?
Why are the
milky?
drugs
Like,
milky?
is there still has to be a reason that there's a relation between the fact that Phoebe Station is like the only planet or a moon that has reverse orbit.
What?
There's a reverse orbit on Phoebe Station.
That was in a comment?
Well, I mean, it's also the only moon in the entire.
I'm sure if it wasn't, it will be now.
It's the only.
Someone like Mikey's partially right, but
It's the only planet. Yeah, it's the only moon or something in the solar system that has a reverse orbit, and that's where the station is, the research station that found the proto-molecule.
Okay.
So, I mean, it has to be a reason why. But the only way for us to find out is to
tune in next time.
is to keep watching.
Dragon Ball
And the
Z.
only way for you guys to find out is you probably already know because you've already watched this show.
Thank you,
So,
Mikey.
thanks for joining us for our journey. And I know many of you, I get these comments too, we've watching this show for the X amount of time, 10th, whatever, and you ended up seeing us watch it and decided to watch it with us instead of watch it by yourself. And we appreciate you for that.
Yeah, we do. That's it means
Yeah,
a lot.
it's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
very cool.
And if you have any other shows or movies you want to watch with us, let us know. Especially as a new channel, we want to know what you guys want to watch because watching what you want to watch is one of the ways that we help grow a community. Not just what we want to watch, but also what the people who
And we get
Yeah.
to enjoy
Want
new
us to watch.
shows.
Especially, man, if someone suggests something else I love, I mean, I get pretty pushy. Like one comment was like, "You can watch The Expanse." I was like, "We should really watch The Expanse."
But beyond that, I mean, thank you guys for watching. I think this is a good spot to wrap up
Yeah.
the season 1 post discussion. I am Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
And we're the 732 review crew. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe, comment, and like. And let us know your favorite part of the first season as well as your favorite part of our viewing of the first season. And make sure you guys
And feel
join
free
us
to
for-
answer the questions that we asked in the comments. Like, what was your
Spoiler free.
favorite theory or your
Yeah.
least favorite?
Yeah, make sure you guys let us know your favorite theory or thing of ours that didn't pan out that still isn't open to be answered.
Yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
obviously.
That
Spoil-
is obviously.
But beyond that, have a very good day and thank you for joining us for this extended discussion.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.